stream is started.
Okay. When we last left our heroes, they were trying to save Sir Schmoopy's dying grandmother. She's not dying, she's dead. Search for traps, Pokey.
What's
Okay.
going on? Why are you wearing a top hat? Why do I have a monocle?
Where are we? What can I kill?
Well, you're in the guard barracks where you guys spent the night. I mean, really, you could kill either of them because they're the only ones there right now. So I probably wouldn't advise that.
I might be able to kill you. I wouldn't advise it.
I can hide.
I also have AoE spells. It really doesn't matter where you are. Shatter's a hell of a spell.
I love Shatter.
Ow. All right. Let's go to the main plant room that we have been avoiding.
That's pretty much all that's left, unless you want to dig through the library and the laboratory a little bit further that I just kind of quickly gave you stuff for.
Yeah. The library. I mean, I might want to do the library, but I mean, it's our own. It's my house. I'll see it eventually.
Mm-hmm. So,
Just for the sake of a quick game and metagaming, is there anything that would potentially help us in there?
I mean, not really. Just books. You found the journal in the laboratory, but that really doesn't give you any advantage. You can read it later. I didn't write any specifics down for it because I was just going to tell you a general idea. So
It doesn't say the boss's weakness or anything like that.
No. Maybe I'll actually type something up or whatever, and then I can send it to you.
Spoiler alert! It's his glowy eye.
That's my glowy eye. I use that to see.
Speaking of, I beat Resident Evil 7 today.
Did you?
It's short. It's fairly
It is.
short.
It's only like an 8-hour game.
Yeah.
Only.
Good game, though.
Buddy.
Really.
Well, I'm used to playing Civ 5 that takes
Yeah.
know how many hours to beat.
Well, I've been playing Skyrim lately, and
That too.
My main character back in Skyrim on 360, before I deleted it, before I got it for the new one and stuff like that, I had over 240 hours on that one character alone.
I'm going to get there with this character.
That's pretty
I'm
crazy.
trying to do every single side mission and just everything.
There's way too much, dude.
I know.
Because side missions, they don't stop. They continuously regenerate.
Yeah, I've stopped talking to people about jobs that they might be able to find for me because I'm tired of killing bandit leaders that I've already cleared the cave of.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you are on the first floor in the guard barracks. Where do you want to go?
There was on the first floor or second floor that we didn't go to. There was a area to go to that central room that I saw the massive vines, right?
There's a door on both floors.
So how do we get into those rooms? That's the question.
Well, you have to figure it out.
I'm pretty
But
sure
you
he
wanna
gave
head-
us a hint last night.
If you want to head back to the hallway where those overgrown doors were, you can do that. Buddy, quit it.
He's telling us the answer.
He also told us not to smash through the window because we'd fall 4 stories.
Yeah.
He's subtly hinting to us that we should probably use that axe we just got to cut open
Right.
the vines.
Hey, forget about the axe.
Yeah, it's mine.
Buddy,
I'm gonna go hit something with it.
Did you also forget about your singing sword, Chuck?
No, I did not.
Okay.
come here. You can come sit on my lap. Come on.
Because that might come in useful.
Yes.
Onward to the door.
I'm following.
Let us go.
So you get to the hallway. You can see the door down the hallway a little ways from you, completely overgrown with the thick, spiky vines.
I conveniently have this nice axe that likes to make things decay. We're gonna hit the door with it.
Okay, you run up to swing at the door, and a vine like whips out at you.
Okay.
So that's what happens.
Surprise, vines whip.
But it missed actually.
Cool beans.
So, and you're gonna hit.
I'm just gonna hit the door.
You
Like, I
hit
mean,
all
covered-
the, you
it's
hit all the
covered in
vines in the door.
Yep.
So you hit all the vines in the door, and you just hear this unearthly just, and all the vines just retract.
Cool beans.
And now you are looking into a large room. Looks like it might have been some sort of chapel at one point. There is light shining in from the dome up above. It is getting somewhat dim because it's been, because it's. Oh wait, no, you get to a long rest, so it probably would be the next morning at this point. So actually, yeah. So there's light shining through, and there is what appears to be an enormous flowery type thing. Let me see if I can find a picture that'll really describe this the best.
Does it look like the flower from Metroid?
I don't know.
Metroid Prime. Was it 1? I think it was Metroid Prime 1. Let me... Metroid Prime 1.
Just a second. No, I got you. Oh,
Agra. Like this big worm thing.
there you go. Click on that.
Okay.
It's that type of a thing. And all the vines are growing out of it. And you can actually, you can see a few of the vines are kind of like wrapped around something behind it, almost like they're wrapped around a pole or something. But that's all you can see. And all these, there's a bunch of vines whipping around in the room.
Okay.
And are you going to enter the room, or are you going to?
Yeah.
I am going to shoot an arrow at the glass dome to try and get it to shatter and fall on the plant. Rain down glass shards of death.
Okay.
Sounds like a bad idea.
We're not in the room yet, are we?
You have to step into the room to shoot out the glass dome because there's a balcony in the room
All right.
above the door. Probably about a third of the way across the room it goes. So you'd have to be out past beyond that to be able to shoot up at the dome.
Will the glass fall on me if I do this?
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be like right underneath it.
Because if you're trying to make shards big enough to hurt this monster, they're probably big enough to go through that balcony.
And this thing is, it isn't just like one solid glass dome. It's like, your classic, it's got like metal framework with glass windows set in it into a dome. There's not just one solid piece.
It's
Never
probably
mind.
counterproductive.
Yes. I have reassessed the situation and thought better.
I'm reviewing.
So let's see. It's the there's the central plant that looks like a Rafflesia, and then there's a bunch of vines whipping out of it, right?
Yeah,
And that's the
This
only
thing's
notable
big,
things.
very large.
Those,
Sorry.
those are all that's noticeable.
I mean, there's vines growing out of it that cover everything pretty much.
All right,
So,
I'm gonna check.
so there could potentially be other vines whipping around the other connected to the other parts of the room, but
How far is it from the big thing to the door?
so the room's probably only about 45 feet long, and
Okay.
it's not quite against the back wall. So.
I'm gonna throw a spear at it.
Okay. You missed. And if you're attacking, that means you need to roll initiative.
Well,
We're all going to fight this thing.
yep.
Which I originally, when I was creating it, I called it the Venus Man Trap, and then I decided that I didn't want it to be like a Venus Flytrap, so I changed it to the Vine Maw. But fun stuff. Oh, nice. Nice 6.
Do I get to reroll that? I don't remember. I don't think I get to reroll initiative.
I think it's just skill rolls and saving throws, isn't it?
I believe so.
Wow.
Got a 10.
We are just breaking the ceiling for initiative today.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, remember, Ivan, you and I have plus 2.
That's true. So that's
So
actually
Ivan's
an
got
11. And
11
and
and
Nick,
10.
it's yours at 10. Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
Oscar is at 10. And
That's a nice
Cade
glass ceiling we have there.
is a 6.
Hot topical jokes.
And what's this thing? This AC.
I'm also kind of hesitant about breaking open that dome because we don't know what natural light's going to do for it.
It is a giant plant.
This is true.
Chances are it might be a good thing if it gets direct light. And considering the last boss encounter had a puzzle to do with light, we might want to be very careful about how we approach the use of light in the dungeon.
Oh no, is Cameron getting that predictable?
Well, pretty much every vine monster has been resistant to all of my radiant spells, so it's not that predictive.
Fire and everything.
I mean, I do have an intelligence of 14, so I might be able to get that pattern.
Very much.
All right. Okay, so this thing gets to go first.
Right.
Surprise.
What's your here? Let me actually let's draw this out a tiny bit.
I have not yet entered the room. I was standing at the doorway.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I entered enough to peer in and look at the glass dome.
So he's kind of
Okay, that's pretty much the room for you. Obviously, it's just rough.
he's kind of sticking his head over there, and I'm just like,
And the maw
mess.
is
Oh yeah, it was a halfling anyway.
right
I don't know if I'm ever in his way, seeing as how he could
here.
throw it over me.
Yeah, it was definitely an overhand toss that just sort of missed the mark.
So you can actually use this for movement if you want to. It's rough enough. It's a good enough of a thing, and that's the maw. The vines that whip around, you don't really necessarily know where they need to know where they're at because they're all rooted to that. So if they're attacking you, they're near you, but they can move pretty much anywhere. So
So the doorway.
so where
is
are you?
about 40
Where are you guys at in the room?
I'm still outside the doorway, but just barely.
I'm slightly inside.
Okay. I'm debating if it's gonna use its multi-attack, but it's actually rather than attacking one of you, it's gonna swing at both Cade and Oscar with a vine. So
It's taking
Cade.
a wild swing.
Oh, that's a hit.
That's really sad.
What's really sad?
I can't even hit it on my turn.
You can attack the vines though.
I can indeed.
It's assumed. I'm going to put this right out. It's assumed that no matter where you're at in the room, you can always attack one of the vines until they've all been cut down.
Okay.
You took 13 damage, Cade.
Half that because of my.
Yep, you saw it coming. So that'd be 6. And your AC is what, 15, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
Hit you as well. For also 13 damage, surprisingly enough. And that is its turn.